So in last session, the nargacuga tried to flee from the battlefield, but Raine, you caught up with it, and you were able to finish it off. With the creature back in tow, after you got back to your keep, you guys decided to do a little shopping in town. You guys met up with an artificer who can help Teagan attach the monster body parts to the weapons of and armor of your choosing. So you guys met Lily. She agreed to come to help you for use of your payment of materials and the restoration of her fingers. Sounded like a good deal. So with her battle armadillo Clank, she went with you to the keep. Also let you know, hey, your sword golem is from the 2nd level in hell. If you want it functional, it's going to require a soul gem. And it's what it sounds like. But we are back. I can forward to the day of the bachelor party on Pumpkin Hill, if that is okay with you guys.
You're gonna find the Lost Chaos Emerald?
I mean, do you guys want to find a Chaos Emerald?
I mean,
No?
is there somebody named Knuckles there? Then yeah, sure, I'll go for it.
Are they played by Idris Elba?
There might be somebody that sounds like Idris Elba.
Hmm.
Okay, so is anybody not... You guys were all invited. Is there anybody not going to the party?
To the bachelor party?
It's kind of like a party, a pre-wedding party.
Yeah, it sounds like a omnisexual, all parties involved may attend type of get
Is it,
together.
just is it just a more hype, like, rehearsal dinner?
Yes, sure.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
a
good.
rowdy
Okay.
rehearsal dinner.
Sure, why not? We'll leave Trixie at home.
Okay. Okay.
I guess we're not doing the toss the baby tradition.
Come on.
Polymorph the
other
baby.
We're not touching the baby!
We'll cast Featherfall first.
Who will
Or-
cast Featherfall first?
As
Me!
a reaction, I guess.
Alright. So when you guys arrive at the party on Pumpkin Hill, there's already the sounds of like raucous laughter that's filling the air. At the top of the hill, just below the windmill, you see that there is this very... there are several large kegs that are already set up, and there are a few very large clay pots. And as the breeze like blows in your direction, there's this very sweet smelling kind of like floral liquid that hits your noses. Just in front of it, like a couple feet in front of it, there's this like several large long picnic tables that have been like pushed together, kind of like long long banquet style. They had gathered a bunch of like very large like banana leaves pretty much, and just put them on the table, such as you would find used for like a tablecloth. And there are just like loads of like food, like there's grilled corn, there's like, you know, some cilantro and lime on the grilled corn. There is like this kind of, I guess the best way to put it in like actual terms, like a bunch of grilled okra and braised tomato salads, with, you know, chili topped with like chopped chilies. There are like grilled chicken thighs. There's grilled shrimp with like lime, and there's like sausage skewers with like what looks like to be a mango slaw, and like over to the side, you see Lonnie and when I get their names, you see the pair of brothers like already like digging up what looks like to be a pig wrapped in banana leaves out of the ground. There are some remnants of what looks like to be smoke that has come up from under the pig once it's been moved over to the side. There are members of
Up
the...
from under the what? I heard penguins.
It's a pig!
And I know that.
And there's remnants of like the charred coals beneath the pigs. Single pig. It's a very large pig.
I knew what I heard
revered-
was not right, but that's still what I heard.
The revered Goliath tradition of a roast penguin. Just
There is a dire. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. They take out a dire penguin from the ground.
Excellent.
Apparently, the fat, like when it's cooked in a proper way, melts into the meat. I don't know. And that is the centerpiece of the spread. There are, if you wish, there are plates. But like, you don't have to use them. It's for the more, it's for the people used to plates. Yeah. There are members of the treasure hunters that are out and about. There is actually like a band playing. So like mostly drums, some wooden wind instruments. Yes, just imagine that to be like 8 feet tall. And defeathered. And that's your entire penguin. And it's the freaking, you know what? Fuck it. It's the thing from Star Wars, but like much bigger.
No.
There are a couple people already like partaking in popular drinking games. There's one, and Melanie, you might be into this.
Ooh, yes,
where
yes.
Leo's uncle is playing with a few other burly folk, and you have these what can only be described as coconut halves, right?
Mhm. I'm
And
intrigued so far.
yep. And it's kind of like flip cup, but not really flipping a cup. You see
Flip
one.
coconut?
You see Leo's uncle like stomp the ground as hard as he can, and the object of the game is to flip the coconut's halves, like the other way, so the half is flipped onto the ground, and then everybody has to take as many drinks as many coconut halves have flipped onto the ground. It's like reverse flip cup, except you use your foot and you stomp the ground. You essentially create an earthquake.
Ooh.
When you get into the festivities of things, you find out like in the clay pots, there's actually a special there's like it's almost like a rice wine, so to speak. It's almost like a sweet like plum sake, except it's made from you find out it's made from a very rare plant that was shipped from the wilds. They do have like a plant to just kind of like display it next to the kegs. It's essentially, it looks like a corpse flower. It doesn't smell like a corpse flower, but it looks like a corpse flower. And essentially, people do warn you that this thing is, well, there's a couple people already like kind of like very tipsy after like 2 glasses from this thing. Not even 2 large glasses. Anybody doing anything in particular?
So remind me, where are so this tribe is from the Goliaths in this tribe are actually from more of a tropical area then, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Melanie is going to like just kind of watch how everybody else is eating and do that. So if everyone else is using hands, she'll use hands, and she will very much go and join in the drinking games.
Okay. Most like the Goliaths are using hands. A lot you've noticed a lot of the treasure hunters have opted for plates. Also they've gone off to like they've made little groups of what people are going to do. Like a lot of the larger individuals are taking part in the coconut flipping game.
Sure.
You have, if you just want to like sit around and chat, or like sit around and just have something to do, there is cornhole available, except the bags are filled with rice. Just something like a leisure type of thing to do. Yeah. And yeah, there's some dancing if you wish to partake in that. And it's probably not as well, not yet, but it's probably not as wild as one would think as of yet, because it just got started. Yeah. So if Mel goes off to play coconut flip, anybody doing anything else?
I think.
Oh wait. I had Raine will play some cornhole because that sounds dex based. Not drinking because that is con based, and Raine traditionally does not hold her liquor.
Cool. What were you gonna say, Tilda?
I was just gonna say that Tilda and Theo are just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
They're just hanging out.
Yeah, there's plenty of like chairs or like blankets for you to like chill on. You've seen the less like rowdy individuals are kind of like just hanging out. Just chilling out. There's like if you ask for wine, there is wine. They're just not in a keg or a clay pot. Yeah.
I think while the others were gone, Tilda might have like grilled Leo about what sort of attire would be appropriate at this. So she's wearing like a very, kind of it's a little bit like a sarong and a big like flower in her hair, like a tropical sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally good for this kind of vibe. Zaitari?
Aoife's just eating everything.
It's really, really fucking good.
Yeah, just finish a plate, go back, get another plate, hover around the snacks.
Yeah, it's like everything is like, the mango slaw is good. Even like the okra tomato salad is pretty good. It's made with like a little bit of fish sauce, a little bit of palm sugar, some lime juice. Yeah, and some chilies give it to heat.
If you're doing the figure 8 near the food tables, just back and forth.
More or less, yeah. And she's not drinking any of the alcohol, not because she doesn't think it tastes good, but because it doesn't work on her, so she figures she'll leave it for someone else.
Yeah. But there are a variety, if you do not wish for a alcoholic beverage, there's a variety of fruit juices, tea, coffee, water.
Yeah, I'll probably have one of everything before the night's done.
Okay. There are also some people playing hacky sack if you wish to partake at some point too, if you get tired of food.
Never tired of food.
Raine, you're gonna go play cornhole.
Yeah.
And Zaitari, what are you doing?
Zaitari is going to entertain.
Okay.
I
Alright.
mean, she's not there as working, but any excuse to be the center of attention.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Teagan.
She's gonna regale everybody with the hunt story.
Mm-hmm.
And she's definitely gonna fluff up her bit.
Mm-hmm.
She'll probably change it a little bit that Iskin, thank you. With the help of Raine, got the final hit.
Okay.
But it was definitely like a team effort.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She will definitely play up for comedy. Melanie almost dying to the Raptors.
During that story, Melanie is going to butt in and describe in great detail how terrifying the Raptors were. Thank you very much.
And
I'm just imagining like animated objects and then just like mimicking attacking things.
Oh my god, yeah, because I mean, Zaitari can use spells to like do images of stuff while she's telling these stories too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh no, she is going. She after using the spell slot for the regeneration. If there was time for that, if this happening is the same day, all of this is going towards illusions and shit to help with this. Yeah. So.
Yeah, for sure.
She'll get wildly drunk, and start probably doing essentially whatever the Goliaths are doing as far as joining in songs or storytelling or anything like that. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. Tilda, you do see a very familiar face approaching you while you are just chillaxing with Theo. And it's actually Rosamund.
You're shitting me.
No. It looks like she might have been invited. Well, it looks like Pierre might have been invited.
Okay.
And Rosamund is with him.
Makes sense.
Yep.
They are
yeah,
betrothed after all.
Yes. She's looking around while Pierre is, saying hi to Iskin, as proper, hey, thank you for, inviting me to your party. Her eyes scan the area, and then they immediately fall on you once she realizes you're there. And there's that kind of, that awkward double take from her.
Yeah.
But you're very keen, so you clock her, right away, as soon as she came.
I give her a little wave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she waves back. Pierre finishes saying his highs to Iskin, and his eyes follow Rosamund's, and he kind of nods. And they go and briefly go get some drinks, some food, and then they start walking towards your area.
Good. I was about to say, it would be real rude if she didn't at least say hello. I named my child after you, for Christ's sake.
I mean, it's one of 17 names, so
Doesn't matter.
It's still a name. It still counts, of course.
Yep.
Actually, I need to check if I it was Pierre, right? It's been a long time.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Pierre or Francois.
I know.
I would have gone with you for either one, to be completely honest.
I'm just double checking real quick because I forget. Because it's been such a long time.
Yeah.
So forgive me for not remembering the lineages of all the nobility in this place.
Yep. I have in my notes, Rosamund has a crush on Pierre Hubert.
So
Lots of exclamation points after it. That was since July 13th, 2018.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Jeez.
What?
So Rosamund says, hello, Tilda. Lovely to see you here. And
I mean, as soon as she approached, I would have, like, approached her as well and, you know, gone in for kind of, like, a, one of those, sort of air kisses on the cheek.
Yep. Oh yeah, she returns.
Been a while.
Yep. Hugs you. Theo has already gotten up and hugged Pierre, asking him, you know, like how you know, just making casual chit chat about how asking how his brother is doing, and Pierre, you know, just telling him like he's been like very busy like running things, and unfortunately he wasn't able to make it because he also had to attend a wedding in Gadarn for a high-ranking noble that's over there.
Whom?
You see Pierre try to rack his brain, and the noble in question, let me just make sure I get the name right, is...
Thank you.
The hell was that?
Oh,
Construction.
There is construction in the background. Apparently nobody's...
There's a keyboard on my glass table.
Nope. There it is. The noble's name is why do I put in like names I can't fucking pronounce?
Only on you,
good
because
question.
we don't make these names. Well, no, we
Yep.
make some of them. Actually, that's sometimes it's on us.
But not this time.
Yeah, this time not. Also, you could change it right now and none of us would ever know.
That is true.
Not out there.
They are the boat lore. So not boat lore, but boat
Like the history of boats over here? I'm sorry. Continue.
No, I'm confused
boat
too.
lore. That without the E. Boat lore.
Boatler.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the Boatler family, and you know that like you don't have to roll because they're a higher ranked family in Gadarn. One of the few higher ranked families in the region. They were former marquis of the region, but that's really all but in like name at this point. Oh my god. Sorry.
I'll be there.
There will be future names in the campaign. Canoe Lord Dinglore. And he
I
had
feel like I'm missing something.
dinghy and canoe
Types of
Oh,
boats.
got it.
Pierre mentions that he had gotten the invitation about a year ago, and at first Pierre was going to go, but Francois was able to get him out of it. Pretty much saying, you go have fun at Iskin's wedding. I'll take this. Just oh god, the Wrath Lords. One day, there's going to be a fucking side plot, and whenever we make the new campaign, and this is just going to be stop. And this is going to be the goddamn side plot. The century-old territorial disputes between the Dinglors, the Canoe Lords, and the disgraced Wrath Lords. And the
Super Yacht Lord.
Okay, now you're not. Oh my god!
I'm just being topical.
I would like to point out, DM, that I have not joined in this chaos.
20 points to loyal Lars.
Thank you.
Your house cups now?
Oh god, we're not going into. Okay, so yeah, Francois is at a wedding for the boat lords, but he was able to get out of it. Actually, it sounds like Francois insisted that he go to Iskin's party, give him his apologies, and to also make sure he gets gives him his present for the wedding. Rosamund starts making small talk with you, Tilda, asking you, how's Trixie going? How are you doing? Have you heard that lady? 1 second. That lady Zinnia of the Beaumont family had gone to a tea party, one of the Chalons tea parties in like the most hideous, what can only be described as a fascinator. That's what they're called. The tiny hats.
Fascinator, yeah.
One of the most like hideous fascinators that she had ever like heard of, and it describes as like weird amalgamation of like purple feathers and rhinestones, and somewhere in there were some like she claims dragon scales, but but they weren't really dragon scales. They were probably like lower wyvern scales because of the discoloration in them. Yeah, it was apparently very ugly, and not even up to date with the current fashion.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a faux pas.
And her stockings did not match at all. They were kind of like this like pale yellow with the purple.
But did her handbag match her shoes?
There is a shake of the head. It was
That's to be
dreadful.
To be expected of Lady Zinnia.
Yes. Poor.
She never had any taste.
No, unfortunately, she's never. Fortunately, it looks like Where is it? Hopefully her daughter will not pick up on such habits. Was there anything in particular you wanted to talk to Rosamund about? As she's making,
Not
just
particularly.
Casual chit chat.
Yeah. I will keep the I will return like the same amount of kind of casuality. Yeah, I think Tilda's just kind of happy that her sister is talking to her again. So yeah.
Roll an insight check for me.
Ugh, must I? Hang on.
Yep.
Insights. Okay.
That
First
whole
of all,
time Aoife was keeping an eye on it, so if Tilda did like the subtle look that you give to your friends when like you need help bouncing from a social situation.
Damn.
She's waiting for that signal if Tilda needs to give it, because she'll spill some drinks.
Yep.
That is a wasted, beautiful span of portents on
I know.
that day. Damn.
I know.
And then a
really
dragon
is.
attacks the part. No.
Yes.
No.
Let's be honest. This party would fucking love that.
Actually, probably with like the brothers and his uncle. You got a druid here. You got you guys here. I mean, a dragon wouldn't really stand a chance.
A black dragon swoops in and everybody's just like cheering. Somebody's holding a cake stand.
About time! Like, why aren't you terrified?
The entertainment's here.
She's really trying to make an effort to like try to like ease back to some normal times with you.
Yeah. Normality.
Yeah, normality. Thank you. Oh my god.
It's like when the striper shows up. I like to imagine it's a candy striper.
This very buff candy striper comes into the party.
And starts suplexing everyone.
And then the fight starts. Okay. Yeah, but you continue the chit chat, and eventually, they sit down next to you, if you let them.
Obviously,
Yeah.
yes.
And Theo will talk about the hunts that they just went on. Pierre will tell him he heard Zaitari told a really entertaining story about it. Apparently Melanie provided comic relief in a way. But yeah, you guys chit chat. Zaitari, you being the center of attention, works out pretty well. You are getting there are a handful of nobles here. It looks like that Leo had helped a couple individuals with enriching the farmland in the area for a few of the nobles. For not really that much at all. Money wise. So you are getting a couple offers of scheduling performances if you are free in the future, probably couple months or so.
Yeah, it's definitely going to need to be a couple months because we're going out to save the world.
Yep. Always, that has to take priority.
But I'll tentatively schedule some performances that I get booked for.
Okay.
But
call my agent, right?
Yeah, it's one of those things where.
But say, does Tilda need to act as your manager again?
No, it'll be okay. if basically it's made with the understanding that at any time I might have to cancel to go save the world because I am one of the heroes of Liana.
Yep, of
but
course.
they'll get ascending if I have to cancel.
Of course. Melanie.
Yes.
I have 2 important questions.
Yes.
How much are you drinking?
Yes.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
Okay.
No, Melanie won't go too ham because she doesn't want to make like a scene at their wedding party. Like she will drink not to like blackout drunk, but just like
The level of group respectability, kind of.
yeah. She's kind of matching the group, going with everything. She's not like super sloshed. She's just, yeah. She's not getting blackout at the party drunk. I mean, she's not trying to. We'll see what actually happens, but.
All right. So before it's your turn, like you probably said, "Hey, can I get in on this coconut flipping ordeal?"
Oh,
and
yes.
while you have been there, there have been 5 coconuts flipped.
In how many attempts?
Well, so there's been 3 people who have gone before you.
Okay.
So there are about 10 of these coconut halves. So by the time it gets to your turn, like people have already like flipped in a combination of 5. It's pretty hard to do because these coconuts are cut like lower to the ground. There are not that many people that are that strong around. Absurdly strong. We'll see how you do.
Now, Melanie would like to, as it's coming to her, because she hasn't been drinking much yet.
Uh-huh.
All right, so she's still fairly sober going into this game. She would like to kind of like watch the people who do well and who do poorly, and kind of see like if they have a like certain way that they do their jumps, and try to mimic that.
Okay. Roll a. I'll just roll perception. I'll just give you a perception. You're just watching. Okay.
Like a hawk.
Rail, Leo's uncle, seems to be very good at this game. So what you've seen, and he's doing the same thing as you. He's watching not everybody else, not the people. He's watching the coconut halves as they flip over. And you see his eyes like go over each row. And when his turn comes up, you notice like, everybody stomps where they just ended up like standing. Mm-hmm. He actually makes an effort to go to the other opposite of where he's standing. And that's when he does his stomp. He's not particularly stronger than his nephews, but you've seen him go for coconuts that are more. I think it's convex. I should know this.
Okay.
Yeah. The ones that aren't as slightly less stable than the others.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Melanie will take the idea that he's going with, and she will attempt to do the same thing.
Okay. I need you to roll a strength check, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn. That was a 6.
Yep. You are able to roll.
That can't be a 6 because I've got a +8. What's 6 plus 8 got? Is it 14? Oh, that seems wrong. But okay. Please continue your descriptions. I'm sorry.
You are able in your one attempt to roll about 4 4 over in one try.
Ooh.
It's a pretty good attempt. Rail got 3. So you see everybody begrudgingly take a drink from yours. Anything above 2, people are starting to take drinks for, and then they're gonna just like add on to it as like the attempts get higher and higher.
Sure.
And more coconut shells halves are added to the thing. Raine, you are playing cornhole. It looks like Iskin has come to join you.
Mhm.
He drank a little bit, but he's not like he's slightly tipsy. And you guys are just probably shooting the shit. Playing cornhole.
Yeah.
And he's like, so when is your guys?
Oh, I hadn't planned that far ahead. I'm still riding high that she said yes. I asked, but I don't know if I ever really believed it. I don't know that I believe it now.
How long had you How long had you been planning?
I thought about it for a while, but I think I got the first idea when we arrived at the tournament. I mean, it kind of seems selfish to do it publicly, but I don't know, I felt like I had to prove it, like, in person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Had to risk it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's stupid, maybe.
I don't think so. But then again, I don't know. I'm not really the best person to answer whether somebody's stupid or not, because I am, I love him, but I'm marrying to a family of Goliaths.
Kind of look around like.
You see Melanie playing coconut flip with the Goliaths. Literally battle stomping the ground to flip coconut halves.
Are we marrying the same people? Just
possibly? I think so.
I mean, a few small differences.
Yeah. He just shakes his head as he throws his pocket of rice and actually gets it in.
Oh my god, so you said pocket of rice, and I forgot you guys were playing rice version of cornhole, and so I thought he just had, like, a pocket full of loose rice,
pocket rice,
and was just like, smoke bomb, and just, like, walking away after just throwing some rice in the air like a crazy person. Sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. He just clinks his glass to yours.
Yeah. I'm probably enjoying some fruit juice,
Yep.
I'm alternating juice and something alcoholic, but not too hard.
Bet you 10 gold I win the next game.
All right, you're on.
Okay. Pocket sand. Aoife, you are probably on your 5th round of food.
Yeah, I'm just standing there with like one plate.
Yep.
Or like a leaf that I'm using like a plate.
Yep.
And then my astral arms are out to hold my beverage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Damn. Yes.
Roll a perception check for me. Okay. As you're like, enjoying the food, just taking in the atmosphere, somehow you don't know how you missed it in the first place. There is a bird on the table picking at the fried rice.
Is this Bear Friend's bird friend, or is this a random bird?
It appears to be Bear Friend's friend. Bird Friend is a slightly tinged blue.
Hey, you're invited.
Kind of just
Scram.
cocks its head at you.
My 3 astral arms that aren't holding anything just start snapping. Go and get.
Kind of like blinks. I would say owl-ishly, but I'm gonna say sparrow-ishly at you. Like the quick sparrow blinks, and it just like flies off.
I just watch it go.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of rearrange my plates and my beverages again so that if it comes close again, I can grab it and then throw it. You know how people throw birds to like release them. Not like doing a 6 spiral or anything.
Please roll another perception check. Out of the corner of your eye, and it's very sneaky. Bird Friend has come back, but is dive bombing to grab a piece of shrimp.
I've got deflect missiles. So I'm catching this bird.
Okay. I'm gonna see if it rolls to grab the thing. Probably. I mean, it heads towards the table. I'm pretty sure you're fast enough to catch this guy, even with all the pluses I have. You catch Bird
I would
Friend.
hope so.
Bird Friend kind of just looks at you.
You were invited to this shindig. You're not an emotional service animal or a service animal, so you shouldn't be here.
Kind of like blinks at you.
Yeah, all right. You're getting held, and I'm going to relegate it to my least used astral hand, and I'm just going to hold on to it.
Roll one more perception check.
If this is for Bear Friend, it's a bear.
You see that Bird Friend is looking in a direction, and when you follow its gaze, you see like a small clump of bushes, not too far away from the festivities, and there is a bear nose sticking out of the bush.
I'm going to set my drinks down, but not the food.
Okay.
And I'm going to head over to the bush, and with one of my astral arms, just bop it on the nose.
Yep. Okay, like there's a sniff, and there's like a. Oh.
Why are you here? You weren't invited.
Sorry.
You should be at home making sure that Shattuck's safe. And not stealing fried rice, and I just very gently shake the bird.
You hear a little beep. Bear Friend says, what says, fell asleep, then woke up here.
I can go to parties by myself. You don't gotta protect me at parties.
And that's when the black dragon. No. I know. Sorry.
This is somebody else's like wedding party. It's a big day for them. If they had seen a bird just swooping in, stealing all the best shrimps, it could have upset them.
The bird blinks.
I'm gonna set the bird down on Bear Friend's head.
Okay, bird friend just starts pecking Bear Friend's head, just looking
Yeah.
for insects.
If Bird Friend tries to fly off, I'm stopping it.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of give Bear Friend one of the, like a spring roll or something that I grabbed,
Mhm.
like a log of sticky rice. Like, all right, here's a snack. But this is a wedding party, so you can hang out. You just got to hang out where they can't see you.
Bear friend will nod. Bird friend like stops pecking, looks at you, looks back at bear friend, and like hops off.
Try and fly off.
Yep. Just kind of like hops down between like bear friend's shoulder blades and starts just like making itself comfortable there.
Good answer, because I was about to swat it down if it started to fly off. Like I was blocking a shot in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so just hang out here and try to stay hidden so you don't scare anyone. Because like this is a group. This is like a hunting party. They like to hunt things
Mm.
like bears.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's right. You can't help it if you spontaneously teleport, but literally they got together over and bonded over killing stuff. So
Bear friend nods understandingly.
let's stay hidden. I'll try and sneak you some more food in a little bit.
Thank you. Gives you a lick.
Pat Bear Friend on the cheek and then rearrange the bushes to help hide her.
Awesome. So yeah. And the party continues. Now give me one more strength check. All right.
Like to use lucky. I would also like to use lucky. There we go.
Fine, you flip all 10 over.
Yes.
Everybody has to like down their drink now.
Yes.
This you realize like when it came back to your turn, everybody was like pretty drunk already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Mel king of the glass now?
Yes, Mel is queen, king, whatever she wants to be of the leader of the Goliaths. But yeah, party continues. The festivities continue late into the night until like probably around 3 in the morning. Like things start winding down, and people start like packing up to go home. It's been a pretty it's for a Goliath like party. It's been a lot tamer than you expected. Probably because of the normal folk that were there.
It'd be poor form to kill the one of the groom's sisters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Everybody can go back home and mark a long rest off on their sheets. There were no dragons. There were no wyverns. Yeah. And we can... How's everybody feeling?
I'm fine with whatever, but I'm not the tired one, so.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm both. Like, I could probably go for a little while longer, but I am very. I'm getting to the point of being tired and like, my brain just isn't working
Hemlock?
anymore.
Yeah, don't ask me to do math.
Okay.
I can go a little bit longer,
Yeah,
but not too much.
Yeah.
What's 6 plus 8?
Let's. So, for sake of brevity's sake,
I'm sorry, guys.
no, don't worry about
Okay.
it. So the next day, Alexandria does tell you that she is able to arrange an airship for you guys to go to Lanks. You're gonna have to do it within a week because that's how long they're staying at the airport over in Valido. And they can make a quick drop off, but they can't pick you up. But she figured you guys would be okay with that since you got the teleportation ready to go when you guys go back. They'll be able to drop you off relatively around the coast where the weird abnormal creatures have been spotted. But they don't want to take a risk getting closer to the ruins because they've been hearing some weird shit that's been going on there too.
And this is a similar area, or?
This is the area where Alexandria thinks where Gokor went.
Okay.
Yeah. And there are a set of ruins that if that's been said, if you go up past the coast into the mangrove area into the forest, she has a very rough map for you guys. That's where the ruin she suspects everything had happened. The other two ruins were pretty accessible. That are close by, but there's no weird, essentially weird shit happening in those two areas.
Okay.
But yeah. So we can pick up there next week, if that's cool with everybody.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Works for me.
All right. Sounds good.
I might be a little late next week because I've got to do a bunch of prescription runs.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I should be good to go.
All right. Mara, you good for that week?
Mallory?
Forgot I was muted.
It's fine.
We're talking about next week, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Get some rest, folks, and I'll see you next week when you guys head via airship to Lanks.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Thanks for the